The animal kingdom is full of mysteries and quirks, and over the years, we've picked up all sorts of facts and stories about our furry, feathered, and finned friends. But here's the thing. Not everything you've heard about animals is actually true. In fact, some of the most interesting and mind-blowing tidbits turn out to be nothing more than myths or misconceptions. That's right. The animal world is a treasure trove of surprises, and today, we're going to embark on a journey to separate fact from fiction. 1. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand. The belief that ostriches bury their heads in the sand is a widespread misconception, often used metaphorically to describe someone avoiding a problem or reality. However, this notion couldn't be further from the truth. Ostriches are the largest living species of bird and are known for their long legs and necks, as well as their impressive running speeds. Their large eyes are perfectly positioned on their heads, allowing them to spot potential predators from a distance. In the wild, ostriches are often seen foraging for food on the ground, which includes a diet of plants, seeds, insects, and small animals. Now, let's debunk the myth. Ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand when confronted with danger. When they sense a threat, their natural instinct is to run away. Ostriches are incredibly fast runners and can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour, 72 kilometers per hour. This ability to outrun most predators serves as their primary defense mechanism. 2. Camels store water in their humps. Contrary to a common misconception, camels do not store water in their humps. In reality, the humps of camels serve a different, but equally vital, purpose in their survival in arid and desert environments. The primary function of a camel's hump is to store fat, not water. These fatty deposits can serve as an energy reserve, providing camels with sustenance when food is scarce. When camels consume food and water, the nutrients and fluids are metabolized and absorbed into their bloodstream. Any excess energy from food is converted into fat and stored in their humps. As a result, camels can go for extended periods without eating or drinking and rely on the energy stored in their humps to sustain them. 3. Spiders are insects. Spiders, those remarkable eight-legged creatures that often evoke a mix of fascination and fear, are not insects. It's a common misconception to group them together, but upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that these arachnids belong to a separate class of organisms entirely. One of the most apparent distinctions lies in their body structure. Insects possess three primary body segments: the head, thorax, and abdomen. In contrast, spiders exhibit just two main segments, the cephalothorax and the abdomen. Insects frequently feature antennae on their heads, which serve as sensory appendages. Spiders, however, lack antennae altogether. Additionally, while many insects can develop wings at some stage in their life cycle, spiders remain wingless throughout their existence. 4. Bulls charge at the color red. The image of a charging bull is iconic, often associated with the bullfights of Spain or the adrenaline-pumping sport of bull riding. In popular culture, we have been led to believe that bulls are provoked into charging at the color red. Bulls do not charge at the color red, rather, their behavior is influenced by other factors. The myth likely originated from the traditional bullfighting practices in Spain, where matadors wave red capes, known as muletas, to engage with the bull. While the bright red color of the muleta is undoubtedly attention-grabbing, it is not the color itself that triggers the bull's aggression. Bulls are color blind to red and green, making the color irrelevant to their reactions. So, if not the color, what provokes a bull to charge? The rapid and skillful maneuvers of the matador while waving the muleta capture the bull's attention and incite its charging response. 5. Porcupines can shoot their quills. Porcupine quills are specialized modified hairs that cover their bodies. These quills are sharp, pointed, and barbed, making them an effective deterrent against predators. When a porcupine feels threatened, it will raise its quills and attempt to back into its attacker. This action increases the likelihood of the quills coming into contact with the threat, embedding them in the predator's skin. Unlike the common misconception, porcupines do not shoot or launch their quills. This misconception likely arises from the fact that porcupines can make rapid, unpredictable movements when threatened, which may give the illusion that they are shooting their quills. 6. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. The idea that goldfish have a mere 3-second memory is often used to downplay their intelligence and capabilities. However, scientific research has consistently proven otherwise. Studies have shown that goldfish can remember things for weeks or even months. For example, goldfish have been observed to remember the layout of their aquarium or pond, including the location of obstacles, food sources, and safe hiding spots. Goldfish are also capable of recognizing other fish in their environment, and they can remember the interactions they have with these individuals. Goldfish may not have the most advanced memory among animals, but they certainly have more going on upstairs than the infamous 3-second memory stereotype would lead you to believe. 7. Koalas are bears. Koalas are undeniably one of Australia's most beloved and iconic animals, but there is a common misconception that has persisted for years. Koalas are often mistakenly referred to as koala bears. However, the truth is that koalas are not bears at all. Koalas are marsupials, which means they belong to a group of mammals that give birth to relatively undeveloped young and carry them in a pouch. This places them in the same category as kangaroos and wallabies. In contrast, bears like grizzly bears or polar bears are placental mammals, which means they give birth to more fully developed offspring and do not have pouches. The confusion surrounding the term koala bear likely stems from early European settlers in Australia, who may have drawn parallels between koalas and the bear-like appearance of other animals they were familiar with. Over time, this misnomer persisted, despite the scientific classification clearly placing koalas in the marsupial category. 8. Dogs only see in black and white. The belief that dogs see the world in a strictly black and white palette is a long-standing misconception. This notion has persisted for decades, leading many to assume that our canine companions live in a monochromatic universe. To understand how dogs perceive the world, it's essential to explore their vision capabilities. Dogs, like humans, are mammals with a complex visual system that allows them to distinguish a range of colors, although their color vision is somewhat different from ours. While humans have 3 types of color receptors, known as cones, dogs have only 2. This means that dogs are dichromates, as opposed to humans who are trichromates. The 2 types of color receptors in a dog's eyes are sensitive to blue and yellow wavelengths, while they have limited sensitivity to red and green wavelengths. This difference in color perception doesn't mean that dogs see the world entirely in blue and yellow, but rather that their color vision is somewhat desaturated compared to ours. To put it in simpler terms, imagine looking at a rainbow through a dog's eyes. Instead of seeing a vibrant spectrum of colors, a dog would perceive a more subdued range of blues and yellows. Reds and greens might appear as various shades of gray or brown, making them less distinct. 9. Chameleons change color for camouflage. Chameleons, those enigmatic reptiles renowned for their remarkable color-changing abilities, have long been associated with the idea of camouflage. However, it's a common misconception that chameleons primarily change color for the purpose of blending into their surroundings. In reality, chameleons use their remarkable talent for a variety of other crucial purposes. While it's true that some chameleon species might use their color-changing abilities for limited camouflage, this is not their primary function. Instead, chameleons are more adept at using their color-changing abilities for thermoregulation, communication, and emotional expression. Chameleons are solitary animals, and their color-changing abilities serve as a critical means of communication in their social interactions. They use a complex array of color patterns and displays to convey their emotional states to other chameleons. 10. Octopuses have 8 legs. Octopuses are fascinating and enigmatic creatures that belong to the class Cephalopoda, which includes other marine animals like squids and cuttlefish. One of the most distinctive features of octopuses is their 8 long and flexible arms, which are often mistakenly referred to as legs. This common misconception might stem from the fact that many land-dwelling animals, such as insects, spiders, and mammals, typically have legs. However, it's essential to recognize that octopuses are not land animals, and their anatomy has evolved to suit their aquatic lifestyle. While the term legs might be used colloquially to describe their appendages, it is more accurate to refer to them as arms to better reflect their anatomy and functionality in the underwater world. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.